Murli of 18th July 1972. So let's understand the Murli and then we'll do churning later. Do you consider yourself to be ever ready? The practical form of those who are ever ready is that they will be ever happy. So this is a very important sentence. The practical form of those who are ever ready is that they will be ever happy. No matter what type of paper comes, whether through situations or natural calamities, or even if a paper of the physical suffering of karma comes to them, they will pass with full marks in all types of papers. Do you consider yourself to be ever ready to this extent? Or do you experience yourself to be ever happy, which is the sign of being ever ready? Have you made such preparations for yourself that whatever paper comes at any moment, you are ready for it? Are you ever ready to this extent? Very little time remains for the souls who are going to claim their inheritance, number-wise, from you elevated souls. So Baba is saying, the speed of time is moving fast, just as time does not stop for any obstructions, but continues to move on. In the same way, ask yourself whether you stop due to the obstacles of Maya. If any subtle or gross storm comes due to Maya, or if there is any attack from Maya, then if you stabilize yourself in your elevated pride, you're able to hit the target of Maya, the enemy, very well. If you're not stabilized in your elevated pride, then because of not hitting the target, you become distressed. Are you distressed now? If even now there is some kind of distress, then how will you remove the distress of many souls? Are you those who finish the distress of others, or those who are distressed themselves? Whenever you have a bhakti, you have a final ceremony of the bhakti or the transformation ceremony. In the same way, when will you celebrate the final celebration or the transformation ceremony of this unlimited bhakti? Is there a fixed date for this? Will the drama enable it to happen? The drama will enable the final ceremony of all the souls to take place in this old world. However, you elevated, intense, effort-making souls have to celebrate the ceremony of finishing all the weaknesses in advance. It is not that you will also celebrate it at the end with all the souls. Just as when you hold a seminar, you fix a date, you make all preparations, and you accomplish that task with total success. In the same way, can the date not be fixed for holding a seminar to finish all the weaknesses? Is it possible to hold this seminar? When anyone creates a sacrificial fire, sacrificial offerings are made during it. But at the end, everyone together puts in the final complete sacrifice. So can all of you not meet together and sacrifice the final offerings? Can you not sacrifice all your weaknesses until you all get together and put in the final sacrifice? How will the atmosphere, the consciousness, and the vibrations of the entire world be transformed? How will you fulfill the responsibility you have taken of transforming the world and renewing the world? So in order to fulfill your responsibilities, or in order to fulfill your task, you will definitely have to make the final, complete sacrifice. In order to make yourself ever ready to this extent, what yukti should you adopt so that you attain liberation from all weaknesses. You have been given many yuktis, but today you're being given another yukti. Who has the greatest number of memorials built? Who has the greater variety of memorials created? The father or the children? There is only one form of the memorial of the father, but many memorials in many forms are created of you elevated souls according to the systems and customs. Many memorials have been created of the different actions of you elevated souls. So you have even more varieties of memorials created of the different actions of you elevated souls. So you have even more varieties of memorials created to you than the Father. How? The memorials have been created of your practical elevated actions and elevated stage. Check that whatever thought you create, action you perform, or word you speak is such that it becomes your memorial. A memorial is of an action or words carried out whilst in remembrance. When something is dug deep, or when you dig a flagpole deep, that is when you lay a foundation. It is said, dig this thing very deep. In the same way, actions performed whilst in remembrance become a memorial for all time. Whenever you have to present something to the world, you make it so beautiful and clear. You would not place anything ordinary in front of everyone. Only when something has a speciality do you place it in front of everyone. Each action and word of yours is going to come in front of the world as a memorial. Whilst paying such attention and having such a consciousness, speak every word and perform every action so that it is worthy to be a memorial. If it is not worthy to be a memorial, then do not perform that action. Always have the awareness. How could a memorial be created of any wasteful thoughts or words or ordinary actions? In order to make it into a memorial, perform every action while staying in remembrance. You saw how Sakar Baba performed every action while staying in remembrance, and this is why those actions have today become a memorial in the hearts of all of you. In the same way, make your actions a memorial in front of the world. This is easy, is it not? Since you have the faith that all these different types of memorials are yours. Then is it difficult to repeat the elevated actions performed and the memorial of many times? You simply have to repeat that which you have done, kalpa after kalpa. So become Master Trikaldarshi and keep your memorials of the previous kalpa in front of you and simply repeat them. You have constantly been making the effort of staying in this consciousness. And so how can it be difficult? Does Maya put a lock on this consciousness even now? What happens when a lock is applied? It makes you crazy. Even those who open the locks of everyone become crazy. Why is there a lock applied to your consciousness? You forget your luck, fortune, and so a lock is applied. If you look at your luck, then there can be never a lock. So what is the key for the lock? Consider yourself to be lucky. You're lovely and lucky. If you forget your luck and just become lovely, then you also remain incomplete. You're lovely and lucky. When you have both in your consciousness, Maya will never put a lock on you. Therefore, stay in remembrance and repeat your memorials of the previous kalpa. Even now, When someone has created an inaccurate memorial, then seeing such memorials, the thought will arise that this is inaccurate. If the idols of the goddesses and the Shaktis are inaccurate, then when everyone sees them, they have the thought that they are not accurate. In the same way, look at your actions. Look at your form and intoxication of every moment. What will be the memorial of my form and intoxication of the present moment? Will it be an accurate memorial? When something is an accurate memorial of an image, then that image has so much value. So check whether your every image of every moment has such value. If not, then the image of the memorial will not be valuable either. Do you understand? So such a time has now come close, whereby an image of a memorial will be created of your every thought. Your every word will be praised through the lips of all souls. So consider yourself to be such worship-worthy and praiseworthy souls as you perform every action. Acha. To the lovely and lucky stars who perform every action while staying in remembrance and so make memorials, love, remembrances, and namaste from Bapdada. Om Shanti. So we'll take a minute to just reflect on this very nice Murli, and then we can start the churning. So we can start the churning. Any important takeaways for anyone? We can begin.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother.
Beautiful Murli, and well read. And Baba is focused on ever ready stage, and the practical form of ever ready stage is to be ever happy, ever contented, uh, and not only in the worldly sense, but also deep inside the thought level, words and actions, because they become the memorial. So when Baba is asking us to focus on thought level and the deep inside, what remembrance we are in, stay in remembrance and cherish the memorials. Every kalpa, the memorials have been built by the bhakti souls for us. So we are the, you know, uh, our thoughts, words, and actions were the basis of those memorials. So be in this intoxication. This is a takeaway. I should always be proud of myself that my thoughts, words, and actions are going to be the memorials in future, very near future. So that's the intoxication is a takeaway for me. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Thank you, sister. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, and thank you, brother. Yes, very nice, short and sweet, but very powerful, Murli. And you're right. Those who are ever ready is that they'll be ever happy. Very rightly portrayed, and that of the memorial as well. Every thought, every word, every action can be like your own created memorial. Anyone else would like to share their thoughts?
Baba further explains in today's Murli about being happy, being ever ready. What will be the practical proof? And he says, and that's my takeaway today, is any situation, whether it's going to be through nature, through relationship, through my own physical illness, will be considered as is a paper, and there is faith that I'll pass with full marks. So that's the takeaway for me, and that's what is the reflection as to being ever ready and being happy will show up in the ground, on the ground, as a practice like this, that everything will be accepted as is, and there'll be strength to manage all of this. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Yes, very nicely. Baba has actually made us strong in his own sweet way by saying, whichever paper comes, even if it is the paper of physical suffering, of karma, we have to pass with full marks. And it could be any kind of suffering, but we are always ever ready and ever happy. It doesn't matter which is that paper. Yes, anybody else?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Today's Murli, my takeaway point is we must speak every word and perform every action so that it is worthy to be a memorial. Baba said if it's not worthy to be a memorial, then do not perform that action. Always have the awareness. This point I think. Om Shanti.
Yes, sister. Actually, this is a very important point because sometimes we say things, or we even if they're not hurtful things, but we may be still having thoughts or actions which are not worthy to be a memorial. So if we think that everything we say or do or think has to be a memorial, we'll be very careful on how we use these energies that have been provided to us.
Yes, sister. Thank
you. Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti, Girjaben.
Yeah, the word, when Baba started itself with ever ready, I just remember just a couple of days back, he just said two things: invoke time and be prepared. So he emphasizes the shortness of time. And then the second part, he says, what is the preparations you're to make? And to see that our preparations are not obstructed by Maya, he asks us to be attentive. Why? Because yesterday he said, because this is the last service you have to do. So in these Murlis, Baba is really making the children ready for what should be the final stage. Talk about in 1972, he's preparing the children for stage, and now we are here almost 50 years ahead. Now here today, that was what was the background I was taking with which Baba starts. But then he goes and hits directly at memorials. When I just see the word memorials, they are created from memories, and memories are created from remembrance. So the root of all this is remembrance. So I should have accurate remembrance. Then again, Baba has already given us a revision course on what is accurate remembrance. Accurate remembrance, accurate memories, beautiful memorials. I think this should be this is what Baba is trying, not only in the Avyak Murlis, in every Sakar Murli, the word remembrance is touched upon. Why now that is given over here? Memories. Sometimes I just think how memories are created. What are memories? See, when we think something, they say it is stored in our consciousness. So if I want the memories to be okay, I should see there are no negative, no unpleasant, so that at the end, I'll have a beautiful memory, and what a lovely structure can be created. Everything perfectly placed. So this is what this flow chart I was just trying to take up to go to the root of how memorials are created, how memories are created, and how do I have accurate remembrance. So I think it's so much, memorials is made up of so much of this, and Baba has come to the final stage. Memorials, memories, remembrance. Om Shanti.
Yeah, very, very nicely stated, Sister Gisha. And remembrance, of course, in every Murli, in some form or the other, it is one of the deep pillars of the Murlis. And even in this Murli, as you rightly pointed out, whatever you do is in that remembrance. Only then you're going to have that memorial. So that's nicely portrayed. Anybody else? This is not a very big Murli, just 2 pages, but a lot of key points as usual.
Sister, I would like to just add reflection to beautiful churning from sister just a while before about this thoughts, emotions, actions, and memories. It's one word which I have always, it's my favorite word, team. Team is always there with us, and Baba has actually highlighted this team, that is T for thoughts, E for emotions, what we feel. You know, the thoughts are the basis of our feelings, and then the feelings get converted into actions, and then actions become the memories. And now Baba has given another M, memorial. So the memorial is created from memories. So that is one part. And second is we can always this thing put in our consciousness the anadi and adi sanskars. That is the incorporeal sanskars and the adi, that is DT sanskars, always emerged in our memories. So that also becomes, that also affects our thoughts. So it's a cyclic process which will help us to be intense effort maker. Another aspect is that Baba has talked about accuracy, accurate. So this reminds me of the 3 aspects which Baba gave yesterday: active, accurate, and attractive. So these 3 also apply to our remembrance. Our remembrance has to be accurate because it's creating the memorial, and it should be active, means it should be constant, and then it will automatically be attractive because the memorial will also become attractive. So thank you, Baba. Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Yes, sister, go ahead.
Yeah, just to add what Ombai said, what he yesterday was there, it was attractive. So I was just, yesterday we had a lovely churning on this attraction, what is physical attraction, especially from a hero viewpoint. Now, if you see memorials, even those hero actors, they don't have memorials, but they get that lifetime award, that award and all at the end, and then the story is forgotten. But see here, whatever you do now in this kalpa, in this confluence age with Baba, you are going to be worshipped for half a cycle and that yug. And that's what Baba is saying. See, I don't know whether it's, I don't remember that figure of speech. Is it hyperbola or something? When Baba says, hello, you're going to be a deity. So when I see a deity on the road, I said, oh, is this me? And all. So I'm not sure of that. But when I see so much importance Baba is saying is important now, and Baba was there, is there, and will be there. He knows about those memorials. So I have absolute faith, whatever my father is saying has to be. So that makes me say, okay, if not a big idol in the big Madurai Meenakshi temple, let me be a beautiful Vinayak under a tree where people come and go, look at me, and something happens to them, I'm able to give blessing. Those kind of thoughts sometimes come in me. So at least that makes me say, let me have good thoughts. That is one aspect. Second aspect, as rightly said about yesterday's Murli, when we have thought, I don't remember that famous saying which we were taught when we, as you sow, your action will be there. Action becomes a habit becomes a destiny. It's a long thing. But here Baba just says beautiful thoughts, beautiful action. What will happen to your face? When you have nice thoughts, you will do nice things, your will sparkle, and that will be stored as a thing, memory in your consciousness. If like that, I keep on doing, I am creating my own memorial. That is also a beautiful aspect which I like. As I told you, is it the exaggeration from Baba? I don't know. But I totally love to be soaked in this exaggeration of Baba.
Yeah, thank you, sister. Yeah, that's nicely expressed. The emotion can be experienced while you're talking. And Om Bhai, I really liked your example of the word of team, TEAM, and very nicely connected to the deeper meaning. In fact, when you were talking about team, I was thinking of another expansion. Together, everyone achieves more. And I was feeling that all this churning that we are doing together, and Baba's energy with us, and all the dadis and all the angels, and they're helping us in this journey. So we are helping to reach that destination much faster and more accurately. Anybody else? There were some other few very nice.
Yes, Pajit Bhai has unmuted himself, and then Balwinder Ben.
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Om Shanti Ji, sister and divine family. Such a beautiful churning discussion going on.
Om Shanti.
I'm finding myself so lucky to be in your class. Wow, wow. So today, Baba, I promise to remember two things. Number one, how lucky, lovely, and special star I am, especially selected by you, Baba, out of million billion. I will remember. You have given me accurate wisdom, insight to design my own beautiful luck by sharpened intellect. Second point, Baba, I will remember each time I will remember to create highly, highly special, pure, powerful, and benevolent thought, words, action each time. Why? Because if I do that, it means I'm connected with you. I'm experiencing your presence. You're always with me. Thank you.
So sweetly portrayed, Balwinder sister. And again, the love can be heard in your voice. And, it's really nice to feel and experience that deep connection. The remembrance is automatic when, you can experience that love of Baba, the love of the Almighty, in whatever you think, in whatever you say, in whatever you do. So thank you, sister, for your sharing. And there was one person who wanted to speak earlier.
Good morning.
Hi. Yes, good morning, brother. Om Shanti.
Yeah, just Om Shanti. Yeah, just one point that I wanted to share is this. Baba mentioned, just repeat, that we have done in the previous kalpa. Right? Baba says, just repeat which you have done in the previous kalpa. So this, there Baba said, there's two words, luck and lock. these two words. So when we forget our awareness, this consciousness, then we are applying a lock there. So when we are maintaining that awareness, then we are making our fortune there. So these two words are really connected there. Make it easy for us to remember also. And then to become complete, right? To maintain this lovely, become lovely and lucky. So my focus would be to maintain this, keep this in my awareness as much as possible, as long as possible. Thank you, sister.
Yes, very nicely said, brother. And Baba actually has reminded that you have to be both lovely and lucky so that Maya can never put a lock on our consciousness. So
Right.
beautifully expressed, yes. Very beautiful.
Yeah, so that's the key, right? Just the key is, we have to be aware, right? That's when the lock is. When we forget, then we are applying a lock. Luck
Right.
and lock, two words.
Yes. Very nice. Anyone else?
Sister, I would just add a reflection to that. Together, everyone achieves more. In today's Murli's context, I think we can say together, every thought achieves more memorials.
Yes.
Om
Yes.
Shanti.
Yes. Thank you, brother, for that.
Om Shanti, sister, one more thing. Thank
Yes.
you, Om Bai. I love when you give us memory hook. They help me a lot. How beautifully you make connection by creating beautiful formulas. It helps me so much to remember. And secondly, about Girja sister. Wow. You put in simplified form. It makes so easy for me to remember and understand. So multi-million thanks goes to both of you and everyone else. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sister. So this is like a team, right? That's why we're saying we all learn from each other and progress in our journeys.
Yeah, because
yes, go ahead.
there are so many words. They look so nice, but I do not understand their meaning. And also I do not understand Hindi. And so when I understand, then I try to become image of it, how to experience it, right? So I'm struggling, but I'm learning. I'm learning a lot. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sister.
Sister, I have a small clarification. You know, I don't want to be taken wrong because I go so deep in the Murli. It's not that it is wrong, but I would really like to find what is Baba wanting to say. Like if you see in the title, Baba has said, those who perform the function of weaknesses are intense effort makers. I was trying in my mind to really understand the language behind it. Those who perform the function of weaknesses are intense effort makers. That is one thing I want. Secondly, this question on luck and lock really touches me because I know in this world, wherever you go, I remember even in a cricket match, they say, oh, he was lucky, so he didn't get caught. So that word luck is so relative, so evasive. And sometimes it just touches me, oh, will I be lucky? Just these 2 points, if somebody could churn and share. I just wanted to understand it in a positive way, the title and luck and lock.
Yes, thank you, sister. So would anybody like to answer sister's query? Otherwise, I can give my view and then we can all share. Anyone wants to begin?
Shanti. So
Yes,
if we
sister.
look at the title of the Murli, there are two different titles of the Murli. The one which you have reflected on the screen, sister. And then there is this title which is there on the WhatsApp group that's been mentioned. So if you can correlate that, what I can understand is when we celebrate finishing weaknesses. Now, weaknesses of what? weaknesses of all those limiting factors of thoughts, deeds, which we've been carrying on from last 63 births. Baba is talking about celebrating the completion, the finishing of these weaknesses. And when we celebrate this is when he says we are ever ready. And then he correlates that with how the bhattis happen in Madhuban or any other big retreat center, that after the bhatti, we celebrate the best takeaways from the bhatti and celebrate our transformation. So what Baba is meaning here is the reflection that I'm getting is completely put a full stop to all the weaknesses that stops you from moving forward in your journey of the soul to liberate. And when we do that is one of the signs of becoming ever ready. Anybody else can put a reflection on this further.
Yes, sister, that is one way of explaining it, and which is right in its own way. There's no right or wrong. It's just how you intuitively pick up a message for your own self. For me, I felt because the very first sentence of the Murli is, do you consider yourselves to be ever ready? So I'm correlating that with saying that if you're actually in that ever ready state, that intense effort maker, you have passed that stage already. It is when you're trying to get to the ever ready and the ever happy stage that you become an intense effort maker who has to destroy all the weaknesses. So, which in the Murli, he's also talking about the sacrificial, it should be every weakness has to be sacrificed. Baba has written, which is an intense effort required to actually sacrifice every weakness. Firstly, recognize your weakness and then sacrifice it to be ever ready and ever happy. But if you've gone past that stage, then actually you're so happy and so joyful and you're always ever ready that the weakness is actually you've surpassed that stage. So I was like correlating in that context. And as far as the love and not love, the luck and the word luck, because we use the word drama all the time. So I was referring to luck as there's something that is repeating, and that is your luck. And if you're fortunate that you're blessed and you have got the gyan now, you're getting the remembrance, that is also your luck, what we say, your karma or the grace of the Almighty is on you. So to that extent, it is luck. But then every moment that you spend in remembrance, you keep changing your own luck as well. So you're becoming lovely with all those beautiful attributes and with the kalpa luck, which is already with you, with the grace. The combination of the two is what makes you fully complete and ever ready, is the way I was interpreting it. But others may please like to share.
Om Shanti, sister. I would just add a little reflection on this celebration and ever happy state. Both are Baba has used today. Ever happy stage and the celebration, they resonate together. So that will happen only when we finish, when we are constantly checking our thoughts. Basically, it is our stage at the present moment now, and correlating with the future outcome, that is the memorial. So once we, and if at all there are some weaknesses, there's a mismatch between the memorial and the present moment thoughts, feelings, emotions, and actions. Then I need to be getting alert now and do the changing. That is the effort which we have to make, and the intense effort maker means the might, the power. Once I start finishing the weaknesses, then obviously the leakage will not happen, and power is going to be remaining with me, with the self, with the soul in times of during the test papers. So I will pass with honor in any test paper, and that will that power will help in that passing test papers. So it's related to the increasing power of the soul, so that the soul is always constantly remains seated in this high elevated state. That we can correlate. And second is about the luck. Luck, yes, rightly said that memorials. The luck is also not only the kalpa, every kalpa we are repeating our hero act, but also the memorials are there physically to see. And this is what creates intoxication, that how lucky and lovely I am. You know, the star, I'm a star performer. I'm a superstar rather, because Baba is also with me. So that makes me a superstar. So this memorial, and it also works both ways. I can also uh, change the drama by the intense efforts right now. That, and once I have done my best, then I leave it to God and the drama, but not before. Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti.
Yes, brother. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you all. I think I got from this. When you told me to just see the first sentence, I think that's what we have to do. Take the title when you said ever ready. So Baba is really connecting that. And when somebody else just said, it's a celebration more than a function. My weaknesses is going, it's a celebration. So those who celebrate that finishing of that weakness, wow, you're ever ready, never. For luck, why I said, I always found, I love the word effort. For anything, I feel success and effort should be absolutely proportionately linked with each other. But I often find Lady Luck plays her role somewhere or other. But when I took the knowledge, I love the word drama. I think the word drama is was better substitution for me than luck. Thinking, oh, this had to happen. If this doesn't happen to them, then where it will happen to me? So that fixed the jigsaw puzzle of luck. I like the word drama, but the word luck, oh, sometimes I really feel people do nothing, there's no effort, but they get success. Why? Oh, because they were born lucky. That's why that was always there in my mind. But the word drama was something nice. Shanti.
Thank you, sister.
There's one more reflection where Baba says of the word lock today. So putting a lock to Maya opens up the lock for intense effort making. It's another point that was just coming to me. So, closing a lock and opening a lock.
Yeah. So I think, what he's saying is that you forget your luck, and so a lock is applied. And if you look at your luck, then there can never be a lock. So what is that key for the lock? To consider yourself to be lucky. And again, we are back to the same word, lucky. So whether it is the drama or our remembrance, and also our determined thought that I am going to be lucky, and I am going to be lovely, and I am going to be with Baba, and everything is going to be perfect. The lock automatically opens, of consciousness. And in fact, even in the beginning, when somewhere Baba mentions about Maya, there was one sentence, if anybody can recollect, which also kind of connects to this. If there's any attack, he says if there's any attack from Maya, then you stabilize yourself in your elevated stage and you're able to hit the target of Maya, the enemy, very well. So that's another way that, you just have victory over Maya. Yes, brother.
Baba also speaks about double lock. To put a double lock, Godrej lock, that there is a Bap and Dada, both are there with you. So you have double lock. Maya cannot enter if you are in company with Baba. So we can say lock in with Baba and unlock all the treasures, all the powers to face Maya in any test paper and be victorious and celebrate that victory.
Beautiful.
So,
Yeah, very nice.
Unlocking the true potential, with
Yes.
while locking in with Baba. So if we are locked in with Baba, definitely we are, we are combined. We are combined with Baba, Baba's power. Finally, what I see, sister, you see any Murli, light, along with the light, might plays a very vital role. Without might, the Maya has a more influences the soul, and then soul effort becomes lesser. So we should always take care of the might element also along with the light.
Right, absolutely.
Sister, can you share what is your elevated pride? Because you touched that Maya, Baba is saying stabilize in your elevated pride. Then can you please share what is your elevated pride?
My elevated pride is just the thought that I can easily vanquish Maya. It's easy because I'm mighty, because I have, with remembrance, the full power within me. Like I was sharing the word team earlier, it's together because I have surrendered to the Almighty. He's with me, and nothing can ever defeat me. That is the stage of elevated pride. You know, because I was raised, while I have multi-faith and I believe in only one Almighty, of course, but just as a practical example, since I was raised in a Sikh family, and there was a line, "Sawa lakh se ek ladaun," So, and that "Sawa lakh se ek ladaun" was not just a physical power to fight battles. It was the emotional power. It was the spiritual power to overcome, where even if you're fighting, you're forgiving at the same time. The spiritual love is above everything. So therefore, those words were always in my mind, even as a kid, saint warrior. So when you're fighting Maya, where Baba keeps using this word enemy, what is enemy? Enemy is anything that brings a weakness in you. And that elevated stage of pride is that stage of power, where you're so sure that nothing can ever, win over you. No weakness. I hope I conveyed what you asked. Any other thoughts? Otherwise, should we move on to meditation, sister?
Yes, sister, but before we move on to meditation, there's an announcement for tomorrow's class. So we have Dr. Saurabh who would take on conducting today's Murli, the deeper level, more focused towards thoughts and its impact. So we recommend if we can review and do the revision of today's Murli while we attend tomorrow's class in the morning. Yes, sister, you can move on to meditation.
Okay. So thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family, as we all meditate together. So let's sit back and relax. And we focus first on our physical being so that our body is supporting us in this meditation. As we breathe in and breathe out, we slowly lose ourselves in the consciousness as the breath connects us to what is much beyond the body. Slowly, our focus moves to our inner soul, the point of light in the center of our forehead. And as we focus on Baba, as we focus on the light, on the supreme power. And we wished to be in that constant stage of ever ready. The thought that we wish to be there draws the soul into the upper realms. As you exit the body consciousness world and move into soul consciousness, going higher and higher. So high as a shining mighty star, lucky and lovely both. So lucky to be here to have this experience, and so lovely in my own radiance as I go higher and higher into the supreme light and experience the blessings of Baba, the love, the strength, the power, so intense. And Baba with his light, removing even the slightest of weaknesses from my soul completely, bringing me into that elevated stage of 100% divinity. I am a pure soul. I am a powerful soul. I am a peaceful soul. I am a radiant soul. I am a loving and happy soul. I am in a state of bliss every moment. I am a conqueror of Maya. Maya doesn't even come near me. That is the power and the radiance with which I glow. Thanks to the combined and merged power of Baba and me, I vanquish every negativity and I conquer Maya, leaving all vices far behind as a pure, beautiful, lovely, radiant soul, ever happy, ever ready. And with this beautiful, powerful light on me, Baba wishes me to continue on the earth for some more time. So I'm going to return to my body, but use my body as a beautiful instrument of Baba, where I spread the vibrations of power and strength and service to everyone around me. So see your soul now back in your body, and your mind, body, soul so powerful. Any paper that comes, whether it is a physical paper or an emotional paper or a spiritual paper, I will win because Baba is with me. His remembrance is with me. I am ever ready, ever happy. Om Shanti.
Thank you, lovely angel. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you, our precious sister. Thank you, Divine Family, and see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a blissful day.
Om Shanti, everyone. Have a great day.